Happy first Friday in Lent, and this morning I'm greeting you with a happy surprise that I just encountered in reading more about the Holy Face and Saint Therese's devotion. I didn't realize after all of these years of having a devotion to Therese that shortly after she did her oblation to merciful love, which is the centerpiece of the spirituality of the Oblates of Merciful Love. I didn't realize that maybe, what was it? That was done in June of 1895. And so sometime in August, I can't remember the exact date, she made a consecration to the Holy Face, and she invited a couple of her sisters to make this consecration to the Holy Face after they had done the consecration to merciful love. So with that in mind, there was a real desire to share with you all this consecration to the Holy Face through the inspiration given to Saint Therese specifically. There are other people who have received inspirations to dedicate themselves to the Holy Face of Jesus, but I think that we here are going to be focusing on what was given to Saint Therese in her devotion to the Holy Face. And throughout these Fridays in Lent, I will be sharing that consecration with you all so that we can come to learn about this consecration to the Holy Face through the heart and inspiration of Saint Therese together this Lent 2026. So I'm taking this is primarily through the book translated by Alethea Kane, OCD. It's the Prayers of Saint Therese. And so in this book, I'm going to be taking the information for you all. So first we see that to commemorate this consecration that Saint Therese did with her sisters, she actually wrote out the consecration to the Santa Faz, and she wrote it in black ink mostly, but she did choose to use red ink on some of the words. And so we have a copy of the actual consecration that she wrote out. And then she also did like a portrait commemorating this moment with the Holy Face and herself and her two sisters. So I'm going to be sharing that with you all here as well. So here is the image that she created. And then here is what's in this book of the copy. I am going to put it in the thumbnail for this video in a different format so that you can actually see it better. So beginning on our first day here, the first Friday in Lent 2026, and entering in prayer with Saint Therese and the inspiration that she was given for this consecration of the Holy Face. She asks the Lord these words. She says, "Lord, hide us in the secret of your face." And then she goes on to name the different people that want this, that are desiring this. And first she puts Sister C. Genevieve of Saint Therese, Marie of the Holy Face, and then Sister L.J. Marie of the Trinity and of the Holy Face, and then Sister Marie F. Therese of the Child Jesus and of the Holy Face. And those initial, like Sister C, Sister L.J., Sister Marie F. Therese, those are their baptismal names. And then she puts also the religious name. So there was an attempt there to encompass the entirety of their life, like from the baptismal graces, like covering the baptismal graces, and also now the new life that they had as religious, and naming them of the holy faith. So giving that sense of the title of nobility, as Therese would say, of the holy faith. So they are of nobility of the king. And then she goes on to say, for a little of this pure love is more beneficial to the church than of all the other works put together. So the focus on the importance of love in the work of the church, and putting in love where there is no love, to draw out love, to become love, to be love, and to allow ourselves to be loved, to be transformed by this love that we allow to enter into our hearts. And of course, that requires a lot of generosity of soul on our part, of trusting God that He is faithful, that He will fulfill all the promises that He has told us, that we are His beloved, and trusting and having that faith of in what He has said to us. Thus, it is of the greatest importance that our souls be exercised much in love, so that being consumed quickly, we don't have to linger long here on earth, but to attain to the vision of Jesus face to face. So Therese had this inspiration that if we allow ourselves to be consumed by the fire of His love, it is the quickest way for those of us that are impatient and want to find the shortcuts. It is the quickest way to maturation in the spiritual life, to allowing the purifications that we are given here on earth to transform us, so that we don't have to have a long life without any spiritual fruitfulness, or eternal fruitfulness, really. And so that our life would be for the purpose of building the kingdom in us, so that we can be face to face with Jesus Christ. So that is the purpose of our entire life, is to allow ourselves to be loved, to be consumed by love, and to be love, because love is eternal. So as we begin this consecration to the Holy Face through the inspiration of Saint Therese, I welcome you to join me every Friday here on this channel as we go through the consecration to the Holy Face, as Therese had written so long ago. God bless.